Once again, those sirens that you may have heard around 10 o'clock this morning, remember, that was just a drill to make sure our infrastructure in the 4 states is prepared for severe weather as we approach the spring, as it is Severe Weather Preparedness Week from the National Weather Service. So there's nothing to be afraid about because we've got very clear skies around the entire 4 states. I did find this interesting though, and I talked to a number of our counties just because those of you that may have been prepared to hear them at 10 a.m. said, I didn't know where they were. Sometimes it's a little bit limited in places because they want to make sure that the older ones are tested. That's the key thing. They're not going to go citywide. Some cities certainly did. And I understand that. I just want you to know that everybody that I talked to, as far as our 4 states go, they did participate. And so I apologize to all of you who let me know that you didn't hear them. And I wanted you to know that I reached out to counties and states to make sure that they did participate. And we kind of lucked out because these states throughout the Gulf up to the Mid-Atlantic, they had to cancel theirs for today. It's a contiguous 48. Hawaii and Alaska, they're actually going to do theirs a little bit later. Of course, they don't have a whole lot of tornado activity. And so they kind of back off on that as far as their storm sirens go. But yeah, down around the Gulf, they just kind of had to back off on it. And we've had to do that for the past couple of years because when you get anything of inclement weather, even a little bit of rain, you don't want to scare people. But I mean, we're talking about beautiful blue skies for us here in the 4 states as we push up to 56 degrees here at the noon hour outside the mothership. Do want to be very careful though. Once again, we don't have any watches or warnings, but I've been saying this all throughout, seemingly through February, now in the beginning of March. Don't burn any brush. This humidity right here, we're not done yet. We'll actually fall into the low 30s, if not the high 20s. And so even with a light southerly wind and warm temperatures, that's going to be ripe conditions for fires to spread quickly. Wind hasn't been too bad. A little bit of an increase. We're up to 18 miles per hour in Chanute and Nevada, but on the positive side of it, it does bring us the warmer temperatures and very clear skies from the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Earlier this morning, we were seeing if we were going to get clipped by a little band on the far northern edge of that Gulf storm, but it wanted to stay through north central Arkansas and now is pushing off into the Boot Heel just about on the other side of the Mississippi. And so when we talk about our thunderstorm outlook for today, we can just keep that down to the deep southeastern portion of the United States. We're going to pay attention to what's going to eventually develop on our west coast. No need for the next several days to worry about it. But Friday, that will be our low pressure system that develops. Highs in the high 50s today, overnight. Nice southerly breeze actually puts us in the 40s, and future track is of no consequence. So I want to go ahead and do our national picture here, and we'll kind of do a long form. And there it is right there. Watch this thing develop off the coast. Looked like it was going to come a little bit north of San Francisco, but instead it's going to roll right over LA. It's going to turn into snow over the Rockies, but come back into rain after it gets over the Rockies, and then there it is for us on Friday. Not looking at anything severe, by the way, and temperatures really not going to decrease too much because we'll be right back into the 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Tanya, one thing I want to point out, Skywatch weather app as we head into severe weather season. All you have to do, like I said, if you got your phone, you don't even have to walk up to your TV. You snap that picture right now. That's QR code that's going to take you to the Skywatch weather app, downloadable for all your mobile devices. It's absolutely free. There's no reason to worry about having to pay anything for it. And with the wonderful people that we have, with Doug Hetty and Nick Kelly keeping us informed, because most of our severe weather does happen during the afternoon and evening hours, and the intelligence that those two bring to our stations, you're not going to want to miss out on it because geographically you can pinpoint your location and also to keep up with your friends and loved ones.
All right, it's a good thing to have that app. I know I got a severe weather alert on my phone. Where I was at, I didn't hear the sirens because I was inside, but I got it.
But it went off, didn't it? Yeah,
yes,
it did. Mm-hmm. I knew when it was 10 o'clock high, when that phone went off, I looked at it and I went,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sure thing. All right, thanks, Michael.